Hello, everybody, and welcome to Manoli's Musings. I am your host, Manoli, once again. I hope you all had a wonderful St. Patrick's Day weekend. I know I did, and I'm going to tell you about it right now. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to sit back from the microphone so it doesn't get too. I feel like the audio last episode was a little messed up, so I'm trying to make it a good experience for y'all. So, yeah, I don't know why I said that. I guess applaud my efforts. All right, so what do I have here? Where did I leave off? I released last episode on Thursday. So yeah, that was the beginning of St. Patrick's Day weekend. I own one green shirt. Okay, I own one green shirt. It's a polo shirt from Robert Graham. Very nice shirt, but that's the only green shirt I have. I got to be honest with you. I don't like how my wardrobe has to be dictated. And if it was just for one day, that's fine. But why do I have to do it the whole weekend? Green is not in my wheelhouse of colors. It's mostly primarily black or blue, with the occasional red or something else mixed in there for good measure. But green is, I don't know, it's never been one of my colors. But some people say I should wear it more often. So you know what? Maybe I'll try to incorporate it into my wardrobe. But I digress. Yeah, so I have one green shirt, so I had to wear it every night I went out, and I had to wash it every day. So anyway, this shirt and I were on bad terms. Okay, I'm tired of it. I don't think I'll ever wear it again, and I'm going to tell you why. But before that, so Thursday I went to Carolina Western Pub, which is abbreviated as CWP, and I tend to go there every Thursday with two of my buddies. Okay, as some other people. Now the thing about CWP is that it's a country themed establishment. So you go there and you do line dancing, okay? And I got to tell you, it's kind of hard to look suave when you're doing the boot scoot boogie, but it's a lot of fun. I will say that. So we go to CWP. We're there. We're having a good time. It's St. Patrick's Day. Well, actually, was that? Yeah, I think Thursday actually was St. Patrick's Day, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know. It all runs together. um, So we're doing there. We're line dancing. We're doing the watermelon crawl, the boot scoop boogie, and what else? I don't know. I like to do the hard line dances. I've gotten to the point where now I'm a line dance snob because I have to say I'm pretty good at it. I don't know if I should be proud of that or not, but I've gotten to the point where I don't want to. Whenever they play like Cotton Eye Joe, I just roll my eyes. I've like turned into this snob when it comes to the line dancing. It's like give me something more challenging. But anyway, it's always fun at CWP. Although I have to say, I don't think I should have to wait in line there after all the money I've spent in that place. You know what I'm saying? They should treat me like I'm a celebrity, which, uh, you know, I'm tired of waiting in line at places, I just don't, I'm not a line person. Lines, they irritate me, which, I know that's part of life, but I subscribe, and this is another thing that bothers me. I subscribe to the unwritten rule of lines, which is if you know someone in line, you get to cut with them. I think that's your reward for knowing people. So you have to have some kind of reward for knowing people around town. So if I see my friend in line, I greet them. I say, "Hey, how you doing?" Blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden, I'm in line with them. This is the unwritten rule of lines. The people that get angry about it, you know what? It's not like I know they've done it before too. So don't even start with that. A couple of people they got mad at me and my friends trying to do the exercise the unwritten rule. They're like, you gotta wait at the back of the line. And I'm just like, you know what? It's an unwritten rule, but I wrote it down. Okay, it's my rule, and I think it makes sense. So do with that what you will. Because obviously I know everything, right? Wrong. Um, so what happened? Yeah, we go to CWP, and for some reason they like to close early on Thursdays. I don't understand that, so I had to go to a different place. I have to. I went to a different place. Yeah, I ran into some people I went knew there, and then I went home. I got up, went to class the next day. I love this class because this professor is like the best. Okay, this guy is so casual, so blasé. He literally just reads what we need to know. the definitions. We write it down, and he dismisses us. I've gotten out of class early every single time. I kid you not. We were in class on Friday for like 15 minutes. He's like, he goes, I want to go party too, people. I'm gonna see you down in 5 points, and he let us go. And it was great. So I had the whole rest of the day. I did some homework. Yes, I actually did some homework. I'm not I'm not making it up, for someone who's gonna roll their eyes at that statement. I got a lot going on, okay? Um, yeah, so I'm doing my homework, and I went to somebody's house. They had a little house, St. Patrick's Day house party, okay? And I go there, and some of the people from last night, they're like, "Oh, it's the shirt again." I'm like, "Yeah, it is the shirt again. I watched it." They're like, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, I did." And they're like, "Well, that shirt's not even green." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "It's not green. It's like turquoise or teal or blah 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 blah." And this drove me crazy. Not only was it the only green shirt I had, they had to go and ruin it for me by telling me it wasn't green. I know what green is, okay? It's not my fault that people went up and made up all these other colors that don't make any sense, like turquoise to teal and I don't know. What is burgundy? Is that even a color? I don't believe so. I think these colors are made up and they're fake. I think there should be like 10 colors maximum, the basic colors, and everything else is a shade of that color. You don't have to make up this mixture of colors. It's not really green because it's turquoise or it's teal. And the shirt was green, okay? And it got to the point where I mean they ruined this shirt for me. I don't ever want to see this shirt again. This shirt. My one green shirt. I'm gonna have to get a new one. The one that's darker apparently because it wasn't good enough for the color police. No, but I love my friends. I'm just we like to mess with each other, and this is an example of that. But one of them, much to my happiness, they posted a poll on their social media of me in the shirt, and it said, "What color is the shirt? Green or not green?" And an overwhelming majority answered green. So there you go. I feel vindicated. The shirt was green, okay, people? I could see colors. It's not my fault that they had to go and confuse it all. Just keep it basic: blue, black, white, green, red, yellow. What's that? What else? Brown, gray, purple, orange. I think that's all the colors we need. To be honest with you, I think that's all we need. I probably forgot one, but you know what? It's okay. I'm tired of all the excuse me, the specificities of the color. Okay, and you say something that's white. No, it's off white. What is off white? I mean, what does that even mean? That's not a real thing. It's white or it's not. You know, off white. I've had it. You know. Um. After that, uh, so the next day, Saturday, this was the day of the St. Patrick's Day festival. They closed down the streets in the bar district. They had, food vendors, food trucks. You had to pay like I think $25 just to get in, which is a little exorbitant. I got to be honest with you for the town I'm in, but it's okay. It's okay. It was a nice time, and then the beer costs like $6, but it's okay. It's okay. Um, Anyway, I go in and I actually had to meet with my accompanist for my recital coming up, as well as the cellist who's playing on one of the songs. So I actually couldn't really do much. There was really nothing I could do until I had to meet them. So I don't know. I'm walking around, and I see the food stand, and I'm looking at what they had. They had like fair food, right? So like, you know, funnel cakes, Italian sausage, turkey leg, gyros. And I'm looking and I'm debating. And this happens to me every time. I'm like, do I want to try their gyro? The gyro? I don't know. It's like every time I see it, it's like I feel obligated to try the gyro, because of my heritage. And it's like I feel pressure to try to gyro. But then every time I do that at one of those places, it makes me angry because it's not right. So I stood there for probably 2 minutes. And I'm going back and forth. I'm like, "Should I try the gyro? Maybe it'll be okay." But then I just knew. I'm like, I just know it's gonna make me upset. And you know what? I gotta be honest with you. You can't. You really. It's very hard to find good Greek food. I got my Thea back home. That's about it. You know, she cooks fantastically. You know, good Greek food. My father cooks good Greek food, but otherwise, it's dire. I mean, the situation in South Carolina for Greek food is it's pretty dire. I have to be honest with you. Um, so I bypassed the gyro and I got an Italian sausage instead. And that's kind of like my thing when the fair rolls around. It's like I gotta get Italian sausage. Honestly, that's all I go there for. It's like I only eat them like whenever there's like an event. I love them, but you know they're not good for you, obviously. But whenever there's like a fair or like with the St. Patrick's Day, you know, kind of extravaganza, I'm like, oh, I want an Italian sausage. So I got one, and then for some reason, I feel better if I only eat like half the bun, right? And I do the same thing with burgers. I use a fork and a knife, and I take the top bun off, and I get onion rings on the side because that's so much better than French fries, right? I'm like, there's too many carbs, so I'm sitting there. I eat half of the bun of the Italian sausage because all the fat in the sausage that doesn't count, right? But the carbs in the bun is what I really need to avoid. So I eat that, and I felt horrible about it, but I ate it, and it was good. You know, sometimes you just got to go for it. I have to say. Um, but yeah, I'm walking around. And, you know, I was there. I went there with my friends, and but there's like ridiculous amount of people there. So I just ended up just walking around by myself, which is what I end up doing anyway. Every time I go out, because I get bored of staying in the same place. I'm like a shark, okay? You know how a shark has to keep moving or else it'll die? That's me. I can't stay in one place for too long. I got to keep moving. I got to keep socializing, you know? So I'm walking around. I think I ran into every single person I know up here, which was fantastic. That's what I thrive off of is running into people I know because I enjoy talking to them. Uh, Eventually, though, and this is interesting because at the festival, they had some of the bars in the area they were open for business, right? But they were all charging the cover, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, my friends wanted to go into one, right? I'm like, it's a beautiful day. Well, I don't want to go in there. You know, it's all dark, and they're playing that awful music. You know, well, why am I going to go into a bar? You know, I'd rather be outside. And why do I have to pay $5 to go to a bar? I could go at any other day, and I have to pay to get in. But you know, the demand of my friends won out because I was the bigger person. You know, I yielded to their request to go inside of this bar. So we go inside of Jake's. Uh, Actually, I executed a very good unwritten rule of lines because I saw some people. The line was really long, and I saw some people close to the front. And you know, I walked up there and I struck up a conversation with them, and it went off without a hitch. I don't even think they noticed what I had done. Not, I mean, don't get me wrong; they're friends of mine. I see them all the time, but I was pretty proud of that. To be honest with you, that's not fair. Well, you know what? There are worse things going on. We go inside, and I run into like everybody else I know inside of this place. This is what is considered the premium bar in this city, which you know it's pretty good. They have an outside section, which is where I stayed because I didn't want to go inside, but I couldn't stay for long. So you know, I had Ubered over there, but I knew it was going to be ridiculous to try to get out of there because of how many people it was, and the streets were closing down, yada yada yada. And I looked at my phone. I'm like, oh, it's only like 2 miles, and I just walked. I walked all the way back to my. It was actually quite rewarding. I mean, I you know I couldn't really drink because I had to sing, so I didn't, and then I went and I went home and I took a nap and I got up and I went to go rehearse with the pianist and the pianist, excuse me, and the cellist, and you know it went well except for when. So the aria with the cellist is Ella Jemima Mo from Don Carlo by Verdi, which is you know one of the great. I for my money, it's the greatest basso aria in the repertoire. I think it's the best, which is why I had to do it right. Anyway, so I rehearsed that, and it's the first time with the cellist, right? And it's going well. They both my accompanist and the cellist, they both they did excellent. Especially if they're listening to this podcast, you did great, and I'm really looking forward to performing with you next Thursday. But I finished, and they're like, "You want to do it again?" I'm like, "Oh, it's a very challenging artist." I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it again." I think that was a hard thing to do, was to sing that back to back. I don't see many people encoring that aria. I don't really see many people encoring it in general. I think it's frowned upon in the opera world for some reason. But people have done it. Maria Callas, of course, she encored the entire Lucia Mad scene back in I think that was 52 in Mexico. Imagine that. Imagine singing the Mad scene twice. That's pretty impressive. Who else? Sam Raimi encored the Cabaletta from Attila. Uh, Back in, I guess that was the 80s, like the beast he is. Who else? I don't know. I'm having a hard time thinking of examples. The point is that Ella Jemima was a hard aria to sing, but I'm really looking forward to singing it. It's a great aria. I can't wait to sing it. But moving on. So I rehearsed with them, and I go through the cellist goes home. I go through the rest of the repertoire with the accompanist, and then I go home. And I washed the blue shirt, and I put it at oh my gosh, I just said blue. No, did I admit it was blue? Because it's not blue, it's green. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, this shirt is green. Now they got me all confused. These people, the color police, they got my brain confused. Thinking it's blue, it's green. It was green for St. Patrick's Day. I'm tired of this argument. You ruined the shirt for me, people. I hope you can sleep at night knowing the rift in the relationship between me and that shirt that you guys caused, okay? I hope you're happy. That's all I can say. Unbelievable. I put the green shirt back on, and I go to another house party that my friend Courtney invited me to. And I see them, and we're sitting there, and we're waiting, and I'm like, well, this is great. And I'm sitting there, and I'm like, are y'all ready to, go to a bar? Like, no, we have to sing Happy Birthday. And then the person that we were singing Happy Birthday to had passed out drunk or something. And so we're waiting to sing Happy Birthday for a person that didn't remember it. But we sing the Happy Birthday because that's what you're supposed to do. It's a custom and it's polite. We have to wait till midnight. So then we go out, and we go to an establishment called Rooftop. But the thing with Rooftop is that now they've configured it in such a way they have to wait downstairs to go upstairs to the actual roof. So for a large majority of the time you're there, it's not actually rooftop, it's basement. I digress. So we're in there, we're waiting to go up, and I mean, there's this. It's funny the way they pull these DJs out, right? There's this DJ in there. I mean, he's playing this horrible noise. I mean, I don't think I could DJ, but I'm just saying I know bad DJing when I mean, and this guy's he's hyped up, hopping around. He's pumping his hands in the air he's just killing it. He's killing it. I'm like, can you honestly be proud of the output that you're putting into my ear? Can you honestly hop around and act like what you're doing is good? Because I gotta tell you, my friend, it sucked, to be blunt. The one upstairs was better, the DJ. But I'm just wow, I'm very nice today. Very, very nice today, aren't I? Here's another thing. Whenever I go out, and I'm having a beverage, and usually if I'm out of the town, it's a beer because I don't want to. You don't want to go too hard. I'm having a Mick Ultra, right? And I got to tell you, I'm sick of the beer police. Okay, these people, I don't know where they came from. They think if you drink a light beer that you're automatically inferior because they're like I drink IPA like a real man. I'm like, first of all, unless you've killed a woolly mammoth, with a spear, I don't want to hear any of that talk. Just because you drink a beer that has what, like 1 or 2 more percentage, as if that made a big difference. 1 or 2 more percentage of alcohol content. You think you're better than me because I'm drinking a Mick Ultra? Excuse me, I'm trying to watch the calories. It's only 99 calories for a Mick Ultra. They have like 3 carbs. Okay, you can't beat that. I understand the irony of me talking about the health benefits of a certain beer, but just go with me, okay? Go with the logic, the the logic that comes out of my mouth, because this is my show, okay? And if you disagree, well, you disagree. But I mean, how dare you? Why can't people just do what they want to do? Why do I got to get ridiculed for drinking a Mick Ultra? I enjoy the taste. I don't want to have a beer that tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a pine cone. I mean, that's what this IPAs taste like. It's total garbage. Okay, it has a higher percentage. You know what has a higher percentage than beer? Any beer, a wine. That's what I mean. Alexander the Great. I think he was a pretty cool guy. That's what he was drinking. Higher percentage. Well, you know what else has a higher percentage? Liquor. I don't understand this beer superiority complex that some people get. The beer police. I got the color police on one end, the beer police on the other end. People, they all got to take a shot at Manoli, but Manoli stays strong and he keeps going and he lives his own life most of the time. But yeah, the beer police. I don't get it. I don't know how this started with these IPAs, but I think it's time that they reevaluated. Just where they're coming from. Just because your beer is 7% doesn't mean you're better than me because I'm drinking a beer that I don't even know the percentages. Is that really the criteria of what you decide to drink? Is the percentage? Why don't you just drink what you like? Why do you have to try to show off by drinking this disgusting tasting beer? I say in quotation marks because I don't even know what it's supposed to be. I don't understand any of this craft beer stuff. I like some of them, don't get me wrong. There's some very fine craft beer that's made in Charleston and elsewhere, of course. And I've tried them and they're good, but I don't get all worked up about the beer. It's very odd to me. After that, moving on. What do I see? I wrote this down and I can't read it. What did I do the next day? Oh, Sunday. I slept in and I did homework. And then I got stressed. And you know what I did? I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know what I haven't watched in a really long time? SpongeBob SquarePants. And I have to tell you, I could recite every line of like the early SpongeBob episodes. For me, my whole TV viewing career has been like, my favorite show was SpongeBob, and then eventually it morphed into The Sopranos. And that's basically my two favorite shows, in my life. And now I also like Curb Your Enthusiasm and The Honeymooners and some other shit. Cobra Kai. I love Cobra Kai. And the Star Wars shows I think are great. The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett. And I can't wait for Obi-Wan Kenobi to come out, or Kenobi as it's called. My favorite Star Wars character getting his own show. Ewan McGregor reprising his role. No, what is this? Over 15 years later now? This is amazing that they had this happen. Hayden Christensen going to get a chance of redemption playing Darth Vader. I can't wait for that show. I'm so excited, ridiculously excited. It's going to be great. I think. And the Star Wars fans, they're so spoiled. These Star Wars fans, they freak out about everything. And there's this one character, the Grand Inquisitor, and they're like, he doesn't look like the same when he was animated. Blah blah blah. It's like, could you please stop complaining about everything? It's like if something doesn't, they're so demanding. If something doesn't live up to their expectation, they have a total meltdown. I don't know which fan base is worse, the opera fan base or the Star Wars fan base. It's really a hard decision. They're both very entitled. Okay, as I insult my listening audience. Not y'all. Y'all are wonderful. Okay, I love y'all. So I watched SpongeBob and literally, the episodes I watched, I think I recited every line, but I died laughing the whole time through. Jellyfish Jam is a classic. Sailor Mouth is a classic. I mean, there's so, I don't know what it is about that show that's so funny. It's just, I don't know if it's nostalgia or it's really fun, but my parents love it too, so I know it can't be that. And Leo loves it, my little brother. So I think it was just a well-made show, at least, when it started. But yeah, I love SpongeBob. And I passed out on my couch watching SpongeBob, and then I was awakened in the dead of the night at 3 a.m. by the sound of somebody walking outside my door, which freaked me out. especially considering that somebody was shot and killed. What was that, last week? In my apartment. But then I remembered that they said that they were going to have patrols by cops throughout the night. And I'm going to choose to believe that that's what that was. It was the cop patrolling outside my door. But it did wake me up. I was very startled. But, it's okay. I have a hard time waking up. I wake up very badly for some reason. I'm all disoriented. It's a wonder I didn't wake up screaming. But, yeah. And then what happened? What does that lead me to? Monday? Yeah, Monday. So I get up and I go to the same class with the guy who doesn't give a crap. He's great, by the way. I say he doesn't give a crap. He doesn't give a crap, but he's just a really cool professor. Okay, really cool. But he gets the work. I mean, he's quality. But relax, cool. He lets us out early. They have the best lunch in the whole school is at the business school, and I'm very happy I'm a business student for a lot of reasons, but also they enjoy this lunch that they have. And I had a beautiful pork chop. They have like salmon there. They have fish. They have barbecue. They do a good job in there. They had a nice pork chop, some vegetables, and some orzo. It was fantastic. Really tasty. What did I do after? Oh, I went to see my voice teacher, and we rehearsed my repertoire for my recital, my last recital. And I had to go to CVS to get my. I went down to CVS to get my prescription filled. And while I'm there, I'm like, I'm doing some experimentation with my hair care products because I've been using one thing for a while and I'm trying to see if there's a better way to do it. Just to make sure what I'm doing is still optimal. Anyway, so I get this hair styling thing. I think it was, what do they call that? Pomade. I don't really use that too much, but I got it anyway. I wanted to try it out. I'm checking out, and the pharmacist, she goes, "Oh, Harry's pomade." She's like, have you ever tried Harry's body wash? I'm like, no, I can't say I have. I haven't tried Harry's anything yet. She's like, I really recommend Harry's body wash. And it was very nice, but I was just I was so surprised that the pharmacist was recommending me body wash. I guess they like to recommend. I was like, you know what? Since in honor of me trying to act like I can sing like Mick Jagger, I'm gonna embellish a little verse here. And I went down to the CVS to get my prescription filled, and I picked up some Harry's pomade. And the pharmacist says, "Did you try Harry's body wash? And you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you get what you need." That was horrible. Wow, I can't believe I subjected y'all to that. But you know what? If I had to suffer through the embarrassment of me singing that, you have to suffer through the embarrassment of listening to it. I promise I sing better when I'm actually trying. By the way. So what happened? Oh, and then I went to dinner. Okay, I got really hungry for some reason. Even though I had a good lunch, I got really hungry. And there's this place in town. It's this beautiful blackened salmon salad. Okay, the salad is fantastic. It's a huge portion. I mean, they give you. It's not like a half portion of salmon. They give you the real deal. It's not that expensive. So I had to go get the salmon salad because I'm trying to be good after my sausage dog this weekend. Actually, I gotta confess, I had 2 sausage dogs this weekend. And I know it's bad, but I don't know. How often can you get a good sausage dog? It's almost never. I digress. But so I get the salmon salad and I sit down, and the people. There was this couple next to me, and again, the lady is talking about her feet surgery. Like I'm like, are you serious? Why do I have to get of all the people that get stuck next to you? Why do I have to get stuck with these people? And not only is she doing that, she's literally her and her husband. They're literally the poor waitress or the bartender, whatever. They're going down. I kid you not, menu item by item on the menu, item by item. Well, what do you think of this? What do you think of the side of corn? What do you think of the spinach? What do you think of that? And the waitress is like, yeah, everything's good. Everything's good. And I kid you not, it took them like 15 minutes just to order their food. And literally, item by item by item by item. What do you think? What do you recommend? I'm like, oh my gosh, can you please just pick something and go with it? And but that wasn't the end because after the the council, the the what word can I say? The conference about what to order. As soon as the food came out, they started complaining. I mean, I think they sent the steak back, which in their defense, the steak was rare. But I mean, pick one thing to complain about. Okay, I think that was your complaint. That was your complaint. But they complained about the sides that were burnt. I think they complained that the steak was they brought back was burnt. They didn't like the appetizer. They didn't like anything. And I'm just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it was driving me nuts. Just I wasn't. I was not brought up to complain that much, even though I complain on this podcast. But it's more in a. I'm joking most of the time. I don't know if y'all realize this, but this is half. I'm like half joking on almost everything I say. And now I can't even talk. But slow down, Manoli. But these people, I mean, my gosh. And, I come from a background where, we owned a restaurant. And so I sympathize more with, the staff than the customer on any given time. And I understand it's hard because, customers always right. But I mean, my gosh, I mean, these people were ridiculous. And that they got something free out of that with their complaining. And they're just, I mean, they're moaning and moaning and moaning. But you know what? They took home leftovers. Apparently, it was good enough to take home. They took home leftovers and they said, every week it's something different with this place. And I'm like, oh, so you come here every week. Why do you keep coming back if it's so bad? I didn't say any of this. It's just going through my head. And I got to be honest with you, my salmon, it was a little undercooked, I think. But you know what? I was so irritated at these people and so, like, I was just so tired of hearing the complaints. I didn't say a word. I just ate it. And if I get food poisoning, I'm blaming those people. because they, I don't know. I didn't want to complain on top of them what they were doing to those poor people. But yeah, it's something different every week. These people probably couldn't fry an egg. That people like that just drive me crazy. The ones that are so critical all the time. If that wasn't apparent with the beer police and the Star Wars fans and now these people. So, I'm a regular guy. I try to be, simple. I try to be easygoing, but when somebody's just so, I don't know, ungrateful, it really drives me crazy. But you know what? I enjoyed my experience beyond having to listen to that. And that's all that matters, I'm having a good day. I'm talking to y'all. I just got some significant work done on my senior thesis. I'm good. I'm happy. You know what? I'm working on getting on a first guest now. I'm trying to schedule it with him. He's a dear friend of mine from back in the olden days, and I think you'll like him. And I'm excited to announce that Manoli's Musings is now on Spotify. So if you're a Spotify person, please follow us there, subscribe. Keep up. If that's how you prefer to get your podcast, or you can listen on YouTube, that's great as well. Or I'm working on Apple Podcasts. But yeah, that's exciting, huh? I never thought that my name would be on Spotify, but here we are. Yeah, so you know what? I think it's interesting that I don't know, doing this podcast. I didn't know if I wanted to keep doing it. I didn't even know if I should do it in the first place. I felt like I didn't have anything to say. But then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? I think just me talking about my experiences is interesting enough and my thoughts on various things. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I think this is actually very, very enjoyable for me. It's like, I try keeping the journal, but which is a problem when you can't read your own handwriting, and I never kept up with it. But this, I enjoy this because I'm better at speaking than writing, but I'm a pretty good writer as well, actually. I think so. I've been told at least. Maybe I suck. I have no idea. But I better be good at writing as I write this thesis. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. So yeah, uh, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I'll see you when I see you. I don't know when exactly that's going to be, but not too long. I'm gonna try to get on a regular schedule, but we'll see how that goes. When you're at college, there is no such thing as a regular schedule. So, on that note, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.